thought I'd try the microphone since I haven't used it for a while to see if I sound better with the microphone than I do with the actual microphone on the computer, which I think is actually a pretty good microphone. But yeah, mm, the ghost cat really fucked me over. Really. I think I told this before, but uh, this cat has had a penchant. I used to call him the white cat. He's the cat with the cauliflower ear. I just call him the ghost cat now because he disappeared for 3 months in the teeth of an Ohio winter and just reappeared fatter than ever. So, I already grieved for him. And so I just call him the ghost cat. But anyways, before he was the ghost cat, I'd have him in the house and he would knock everything over, right? So he knocks over my alarm clock. So I know I'm living in a building with somebody that's uh, been in a war, got PTSD, and I'm like, okay, I'm avoiding this individual until whatever shakes out, however it shakes out, he's gone. Not get involved, nothing like that. But then I started hearing stuff like, he's got some kind of Cold War hate going against me. So I look, my alarm clock, because the cat knocked it over, is all fucked up. I'm kind of harried running around for an appointment, and I think I need 10 minutes. I said, well, he's out on the porch. I'll go out and I'll talk to him for 10 minutes, explain to him that it's nothing personal. And, I just keep away from everybody. I'm just like that with everybody. Okay, 10. But I read the clock wrong because the clock's all messed up, and me being a cheap bastard, I didn't buy a new alarm clock. So I go out an hour and a half, or an hour and 10 minutes early instead of 10 minutes early. So I'm like, where's my ride? So I'm talking to this dude and I'm talking to this dude. Okay, so now I got a relationship. I don't want this relationship. I can't help this guy. Okay, he just, I got a heart thing going on, as you probably know, right? This guy, he comes knocking on my door. He is hammered as fuck. He doesn't have his phone. He lost his phone. He's making threats against people that probably never touched his phone that are in the building. And, he's like, I need your help. I need to use your phone. So, I'm stuck with this guy and gotta, just gotta, he calls himself an alcoholic, so I guess I'm allowed to. So I'm just stuck in this situation, right? I'm like, I said, like, he's gonna, if he don't have his phone, he's not gonna be able to make work. He's gonna lose his job. So I'm like, this is a one-time thing. Like, this matters talking to somebody that hammer. I'm like, this is a one-time thing. I'm like, I'll help you out. So I'm gonna let you in. So you just talk to him on the porch or through the window. I said, I'm gonna help you out. Because this is like an emergency situation. Don't want you to lose your job. He's already got 17 points on his job. It's a 10-point system. He should be fired already, but he works his ass off. So I guess that's why they keep him on. So I'm involved in like this 2-hour psychodrama. Okay, it's well, I don't have my alarm clock plugged in because he was like, I'm not gonna have a ride from work. I'm gonna miss work. And then I was like, you got an alarm clock? And he's like, no. And then I unplugged my clock and I gave it to him. I'm like, it's the clock the cat knocked over. He probably won't be able to read it anyway. I was like, I got to be able to set it for him. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, there's a one-time thing. Um, what time do you need up to catch the bus to make it to work? It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I'll go up there and I'll knock on your door like I'm the police at 5 o'clock in the morning. So he's like, okay, thank you, brother. The usual Usual stuff you get with too much. I love you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, hate you some more, hate, 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 love, love, love. The usual stuff. So, you know, now this guy's dangerous. This isn't this isn't Gerald I'm messing with. He's a lot smaller than Gerald, but this is an actual dangerous person. So, I got him in my house. I'm trying to help him out. Um, so I don't even want to go into the whole fucking nonsense I just went through for 2 hours. It's just drunken madness. He's like, let me use your phone. I let him use my phone. He's calling his woman. His woman comes there. She's like, I'm not going anywhere with you when you're like this. She changes her mind, takes him somewhere to where he can get some food. He didn't buy anything but empty calorie junk food anyway. But he's like, I gotta eat. I gotta have food in my belly. So he buys Funyuns and chocolate. So I have like a EBT card, which is just in the day they had food stamps. So this is just like I don't get nothing on it anyway. It's like $30 on it. I get like $15 a month on it. Like who cares? So I was like, here's my card. Spend whatever you want. Get some food in your belly, thinking you'd buy another one of them nice healthy chicken sandwiches, not a bunch of junk food. So anyway, he comes back and yeah, his pipe is still in, and stuff. And it's like, oh, what the fuck, man? This is, yeah. To talk to him tomorrow when you can't talk to somebody. I'm like, I told him, look, dude, you're hammered. You know, he's got his uh, significant other on the porch talking to him through my window into the house, and he's like, come on in here, and I was like, no, you go out there. You're hammered, dude. Just take your business and just take it outside. You know, so yeah, this is not what I need for my heart condition. Okay, this is again Gerald's doing. This guy is not on the lease. Somebody else is on the lease. He just took over the apartment. So, you know, this is more Gerald. As long as I'm getting paid, it's my landlord's philosophy. Let everybody suffer. As long as my wallet don't suffer, I don't care. You know. So he gets like I'm like, look, last thing is like, you gotta say it several times to people in that state of inebriation. I'm like, look, so you don't want me to wake you up in the morning, but I'm gonna sleep in. He's like, the only person I want knock on, not unless you're a tax collector or a goddamn cop. Don't be knocking on my door in the morning or whatever. You know. Well, I've been having like I said, I've been under a lot of stress with all the usual just nonsense, all Gerald related. Gerald's exterminator is the one that sprayed me. You know, Gerald is the one that's acting like an asshole. He's the one that lets anything and everything go on in this building. Now, I don't know how long this guy's going to be here. I have sympathy for people that have substance problems. I have substance problem myself. Okay, but I don't get on here and yell at you. You know, it's like you know. So yeah, you know, I'm stuck here for 6 months with this. I don't know how long this guy's going to be able to keep his job. He couldn't find his phone. Like, there's a scene going on outside, and there was already a fight going on upstairs above me with the people that he was later threatening, who are scared to death of him, and they should be scared to death of him. But they're much bigger than he is. But that doesn't matter. Um, been in a war. Um, so, anyways, he believes that they stole his phone or whatever, but his phone is just out on the porch. So like, I was just like, I gotta stop this somehow or whatever. Just because they're just like yelling out in front of the house, get out of the car, blah blah blah. Whatever, more drama, more uh, induced drama. So I take my cane, I push the door open, and his phone is sitting like right beside that ramp that I showed you on the porch. I'm like, hey, I got your phone, you know. And then he comes in and he sits down for a minute and he eats like a bunch of junk food. And left his uh, a bowl of weed and some paraphernalia in here, you know. So I knew the danger of this. It's just funny that that cat managed to fuck me over by breaking my clock so I couldn't read it right. It's like I thought one number was another number. That's the last thing I looked at before I went outside. And I'm like, well, I better make peace with this dude because, and, he's got some kind of Cold War I've been hearing. He's been talking some shit about me or whatever. It's like, but now it's, he's like, now I guess we're in his view, like, he's a lonely dude. You don't have no friends. Okay. I'm a lonely dude. I don't have any friends. But I don't need a friend like that I gotta be afraid of. That is going to disrupt my whole evening, make me take another blood pressure pill and another Valium just to calm the fuck down. I smoked, I think two of his cigarettes on top of it. Because it's just like a whirlwind when somebody's like that. He's just all freaking out because he's got that many points on him at work. If you don't show up for work tomorrow, he's done. He's probably fired. Then he loses this place, and God knows what happens to him. You know, and yeah, this is people related to the people I moved into this beautiful town. This person's related to the people that I moved into this beautiful town with the boat, with ideas that I'd be having a happy life and sailing in my boat and fishing with my bestest buddy who I grew up with, who I have to pay money just to get pills to keep me alive because I guess people change, you know. As far as I know, he doesn't have like the boat guy. He doesn't have the drinking thing. He's just constantly smoking, constantly high with the cannabis. But you know, so yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of options here. You know, my option. I don't have any options. I already know Gerald don't have my back. I think I told you that I paid Gerald 4 months rent in advance specifically so he would not bother me and I would have no contact with him. So what's he do automatically? Automatically he texts me and he says like, "Are mornings good for you? Because I want to have somebody come in and fix the 8 foot hole in your wall," which he didn't call it that. He said I wanted to have a drywall come in. He likes to do it in the morning, you know. And I'm like, this guy is a goddamn idiot. He doesn't understand anything. All this nasty stuff that I read you that I wrote to him meant nothing to him. He's gonna somehow make it up to me now by fixing a hole in my wall that's been there since November 8th, 2018. And I wrote back. He's like, whether he's thinking ahead or not. I I didn't. I'm not stupid. I didn't spell out my plans to you or to him. Okay, so I'm not stupid, but he's got experience as a landlord, and he knows what that 8 foot hole in the wall means if I choose to go a certain route. Um, so suddenly he wants to fix it. So he writes me this thing like just ignoring the fact that I called him a sociopath, a scumbag, somebody he doesn't care about taking crack money with blood on it. And I read you all the texts and shit, and that Jamie Two Rock thought was so funny. Um, so uh, the guy, I wrote the guy back. I said, I don't care about that hole in my wall. I cared about it last winter. Leave me alone. That is exactly what I wrote him, and he hasn't written me back. It's like that hole has been there for 7 or 8 months, and now he's suddenly interested in fixing it. He wasn't interested in fixing it when it was 8 below, and I was telling him cold air was coming up from the basement. He's like, "Oh, not that much cold air is coming in there." Or when I told him that I got a disconnect notice from the electric company, he just looked at me like a dead-eyed shark, like, so, being an insane sociopath. Now, I had an appointment today where I was talking to, I have to have like interviews with my insurance, which I told you that the thing about the drugstore where they said that my insurance expired, which was, of course, bullshit. There's just some kind of thing. I had an interview with her today that took forever. And to make it worse, I'm like, you don't want to come in the house. I mean, it's been sprayed for bed bugs, but we can just sit outside and do this outside. But it took so long, her computer was actually down to like 10%. And the people that bought the meth house over there, because some people bought that, they decided to take out, and while I'm out there and I haven't had enough sleep, I'm trying to talk to this woman about important stuff, and they got a hedge clipper that's the biggest hedge clipper I've ever seen. They're working on that hedge, which I exaggerated 17 feet. It's maybe 12 feet or 14 feet high. And they're working out on it with this thing. Sounds like a chainsaw. It's the biggest hedge clipper I've ever seen in my life, man. It looks like a sawfish blade or something. So, yeah, this is going to be a real fun life for me here. It's going to be wonderful. So I might just be selling all my shit and just getting the fuck out of here a lot faster than I thought. I got some stuff I can sell. I wanted to wait till the Browns season to sell all my football cards, but uh, which we're talking a couple $1,000s there. I got this expensive guitar over here. It's just like, let's get the fuck out of here. Move to another city, away from all this, away from Gerald, away from people knocking on my door, dropping their troubles on my doorstep, away from apparently this guy would know, the guy that's I'm talking about that's was the war vet. I showed him a pill. He took 2 seconds to look at it and told me what milligrams and what kind of pill it was. It was Vicodin. I don't do Vicodin. He looked at it and he knew it instantly, right? This. So he's like, oh, those two are meth heads. Two people I got living above me, the ones that he was threatening today. You know, he was like, enjoy your $30 you're gonna get for my phone, you fucking scumbag, so and so's. And they didn't even steal his phone. It was just, unless they stole it and got scared and just like left it out where it could obviously be seen. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I might even have to go forego my plan, because revenge is not everything. Just get the fuck out of here. Let me title this one, Massillon, Ohio equals Derry, Maine, uh, for the Stephen King novel. Because ever since I moved here, man, I've been in a horror. I've been in a horror novel, and yeah. In case that reference don't get you, that's the time where it happens and a bunch of other. It's just it's like a cursed town in Stephen King novels, and yeah, I don't need this. I don't, you know, I'm sitting there like uh, in this situation. It's like it's not a tenable situation. There's nothing really I can do here except for ignore the guy and not answer the door. But I know he's gonna lose his job, and uh, you know, he who knows what he remembers stuff when he's drunk. When he's drunk though, because I told him when he was drunk that I was going to give him a football card for his birthday, which was on the 6th. And he remembered that shit, and he was drunk as fuck and high as fuck. So who knows what he's going to remember, or what's going to happen with this, or if he's going to get fired, or if tonight's noise and madness is going to be a complaint and get Gerald's attention because he doesn't understand, because he's not on the lease, he can be evicted quickly, you know. And I don't have enough drama, you know. And some of y'all might be saying, well, you don't open the door, then dumbass, you know. But he knows I'm home, you know. And this is not a guy. This is a guy. He's not going to go to the police and make complaints about you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. This is why he had those two people that were bigger than him running out of the fucking building. Danger Will Robinson. Okay. This is nothing to play with. And you know, let's have to ride it out and see how it comes out, and like just be focused on saving that money, which right now things are tight. I'm not going to get a lot of help. I mean, I didn't. That's where I screwed up today. It was such a long interview. I didn't ask. I can ask later, I guess. I'm going to see her again in 3 months. It's going to take me 3 months to save up the money anyway, but to see if I can get some housing assistance. Because I think the place that I want to move to, which is right across from a police station, um, and has like concrete built into it, and it's built for apartments, so I don't have to worry about it. Unless there's an actual real elephant stamping above me, I don't have to worry about noise. I can just have my peace and quiet and have a place to recover. Okay. What was that guy's name? Just Saying. Just Saying was the troll guy that was like, you're just going to wait for things to get, you're just finding an excuse. He's more or less, I'll paraphrase him. You're just going to find another excuse to keep using or whatever. It's like, you're not understanding the situation here, son. Um, but that's on another video. But yeah, this was my evening. It's like 1 a.m. or something like that. You know, I was going to wake. I said, look, you know, I want to make sure you get to work. I said, this is a one-time deal. And me helping you out like this. I want to make sure you get to work. I want to go up and I'm going to pound on your door like the police at 5 a.m. so you can catch a bus. Because he lost his license, so he's depending on other people to drive him. But now he's telling me don't knock on his door. So I'm just not going to knock on his door and let the chips fall where they may. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is Derry, Maine, man. I'm gonna be pretty soon. There's gonna be like voices coming out of the drain and stuff. And I'll be seeing red balloons and weird clowns and stuff everywhere. I'm not supposed to be able to see that, you see, because I'm an adult. But I have a childlike mind. See, that was the thing in the movie. It was only the children were aware of it because of their innocence. And yeah, so due to my childlike mind, my innocence, and my sweet, sweet virginity, and my, you know, if you remember, that was one of the most controversial things ever written, probably by anybody. Is innocence was being used against them in the actual book. So they pulled a train. If to explain that expression to you more cultured folks, that means a gangbang with the only girl in the story where they took turns. So they all lost their virginity at the same time. So that would make them less innocent and therefore less vulnerable to the extra dimensional demonic force known as it. But anyways, yeah, this is crazy. Now, how the hell am I gonna sleep? I mean, seriously, how, how am I gonna sleep? The psychodrama thing. This is not a person to be reasoned with. You know, this. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say. anything else about it because, yeah, there's only so much anonymity you can get on the internet, as we know, since you know my name, and you know that there's malicious people out in the world, or people that hold grudges over stupid shit because they don't, because words means different things to different people, or maybe it's just they don't like my face. I don't know. Okay, but I don't listen to nobody. I don't obey nobody. You know, I'm not obeying nobody. I hear what's said, but I don't obey people. I don't. You're not going to tell me what to do. Like that guy told me, you know, don't tear up that $100 bill. Because I told him I was going to do it. The guy had to get the C note. And I said, listen, uh, when's the last time I ever listened to you? And in our group or our family, that meant you can't tell me what to do. And he goes, yeah, I know. And he walked out the door, you know. So, and I'm hungry, and I don't have no appetite now because you know, I'm drawn into some kind of 2 hour plus psychodrama from hell. You know, uh, I don't know. This is just it. This just is a cursed building. Um, and I think of the people that moved in here, from the interracial domestic violence couple to the hood people to the crack dealers to the meth dealers to the war veteran to Stampy. When I finally got the people evicted, to now her children that are like here on the sly that are not supposed to be here, that I heard taking showers today, they're still going to be using Gerald's water after he kicked them out. I mean, according to this guy that, like I said, that they're on the pipe or the needle or whatever. And like I said, I saw a guy. Um, well, you remember I told you I saw a guy with two very very expensive cars pulling up, and let's just say he didn't look like a doctor. That's what I said to the Afghani guy. The guy, I was like, "You look like a doctor to you?" Because he's driving a BMW, and he just laughed at me. You know. Um, so this is a fucking nightmare, man. It's just it's a fucking nightmare that I'm kind of in the middle of. And the only way I'm going to wake up out of it is to wake myself up out of it, and that's just to spend every fucking ounce of energy, which I have very little. Get money together, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of this fucking Derry, Maine town, and hope it doesn't follow me wherever I'm going. I'm pretty sure it is like Lex's home field advantage. So whatever it is that is against me, get the fuck out of here. There's plenty of places to live. I don't have to live here. I used to love living here. I don't have to live here. Um, and I won't be to sleep now. It's like I was explaining. I made the care source manager laugh because a lot of people don't understand CRPS. And I was like, she thought it was. She says, I heard some weird noises. She said, I didn't mean to laugh when you said that. I said because it's an autonomic disease and it affects my spinal column. That means it affects my digestion. So I had somebody mistreat me and my family, and it actually gave me constipation for like 4 days. And it's like how do you explain an existence like that to anybody? I might as well like be from a, I might as well be a two-headed uh, guy from Galacticon 6 uh, off the planet Ozrak. He's an alien creature. But she's laughing. So I don't need to laugh. I've had that many times where I was talking to like therapists, psychiatrists, doctors, and they're like, I don't mean to laugh. It's like no, it's crazy. I understand. It's crazy. It's a ridiculous situation. But now because I got like, the guy needed a phone. He just wanted to use my phone supposedly because he lost his phone, so he's worried about making work. I knew he was hammered because he's always hammered. So I didn't know all of what I was going to be in the middle of, but I knew it wasn't going to be good because I may be innocent and childlike and sweet and virtuous, but I've been around the block, and I knew it wasn't going to be a party. But man, it was a lot worse than what I expected. It took a lot longer than what I expected, and so now, I might as well knock on his door at 5 o'clock in the morning because I'm probably gonna be awake. But he's like, "Don't knock on my door," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." You lose your job, you're probably gonna be kicked out of here sooner, and then what? We don't have that kind of bond yet, but the poor dude needs a friend so bad. You don't have any, you know. And not everybody is like me. I don't need uh, friends. I need people that I can talk to occasionally. But yeah, I don't, my family. I don't have friends. I've tried to make friends. I don't have friends. I can get by like that. I can be my own friend. It's it's a trick not everybody can pull off. But yeah, I can amuse myself, and a lot of people don't have hobbies to occupy their time. I have many hobbies to occupy my time, um, and I can be my own friend, and I can take my own counsel, and I can work out my own issues. It's like it's kind of funny that I saw that psychologist for a year and a half or 2 years, and she summed up basically my existence as you just have a shitty life, you know. But she did it this way. She said, "Well, she said, do you think you need the?" She's quitting the game because she's on her third child and got the big belly, and she might already had her baby by now, but she's getting out of the game. She said, "You need to set you up with another psychologist. Would you like another psychologist to come out, or you can go in there?" And I'm like no. I said, "I'm sane and rational. It's just like, yeah." And she's like, "Well, I think you kind of are too. I think you just have a difficult existence and you have a lot of physical problems in a bad living situation." It's like, the short version of that is like you have a shitty life, and it's a normal reaction to having a shitty life, to depression, anxiety, etc., etc. It's all like, you would be, I would be a madman if I was like Mr. Cheerful and I didn't have days where I just laid in bed and didn't eat until 5 in the afternoon. It's like if I hopped out of the bed singing Chim Chimmery, Chim Chimmery, Chim Chimmery, and danced over to the cereal bowl and sang another day of CRPS and not being able to walk, you know. So she's it's just funny to go to a psychologist for that long and they'd be like, "Look, you just got a shitty life." I was like, yeah, I could have told you that. We could have saved time, but hey, you got some money out of it. It's your profession. Somebody to listen to my stories. It's just some more people to listen to my stories and to listen to me hammer. But yeah, how the hell am I gonna fucking know out from this now? Like I said, I took a blood pressure pill, I took a volume pill, and it's like I know I'm in a jackpot here. It's just getting worse. It's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse. And I got nobody here in the city. Like I told the care source lady today, I was like, I got nobody here. There's no reason for me to stay here. You know. Um, but just have to Yeah. I can't go to a woman's shelter, can I? Can I, like, maybe, like, get the Afghani guy to punch me in the face? They, is that, like, gender bias that they have women's shelter for abusive relationships? And like, they have, like, guy shelters for homosexual relationships. Not that we have them, of course we don't. So I'm just letting my mind go. But think about it. Like they have women's shelters for like battered women and stuff, but do they have them for battered men? Where I can go stay in there just to get the fuck out of here. And, because I just recently heard about. That's how I heard about these apartments is because somebody that I know through another person was a battered woman, and they set her up in this place to live, and I think she's getting like subsidized housing there and whatnot, and this other person that helped her out was describing the place to me. I'm like, that sounds like a good place for me to live, and they were describing it, and they're like, there can't be a lot of crime there because there's a police station like right across the street, and like, yeah, I kind of would like that, And I said, is it set up for? Does it have like the bunkered concrete and stuff? And they were like, yeah, it's set up for apartments, and so the noise factor wouldn't be there. So I might be out of here a lot quicker than I'm thinking. And I'm not. Listen, a sick motherfucker like Gerald, my revenge is meaningless. It's just pointless. What I was planning on doing to him, I would feel bad not doing my civic duty. Maybe somebody else can take up that challenge and out this guy for being what he is. Maybe I'll talk to the neighbors about it. They're probably not worth the effort. Um, I don't know, but yeah, this place is gonna kill me. That's what I told. You know, he didn't say nothing to it, but that's what I told the boat guy. Is like my foster brother. I told him I was like this city's gonna kill me. It's just gonna kill me. And I didn't come up with the Derry, Maine thing until earlier today. But it's like it is bound and determined to kill me. It's like when I came here, completely different specimen. I could pedal a bicycle uphill. I could walk miles, lift 40-pound dumbbells. Completely different person. No benzodiazepine habit. None of that shit that all happened here. No landlord that's just a sociopathic nutbag. I just paid you $1,400 to leave. No, $1,700 to leave me the fuck alone. So what's he do? He texts me about invading my bedroom and having workers fix this fucking hole in my wall. You know what? That's happening over my dead body. I will chain myself to that hole in the wall like a tree hugger would to a tree. I'm like, fuck that. That is not happening. I'm here all the time. I'm like, that is not fucking happening. You can't. I like. I'll be like that. I like that hole. I will sit in front of it, Indian style, and lock my bedroom door. I just can't believe the insanity of it all. It's like what is going on here? What demonic forces exactly are in this little shitty? It's a nice town, man. It's just like Derry. It looks nice on the outside, but underneath there's a whole lot of bad shit going on. Just like Gerald, man. I was like, hit the jackpot with this guy, man. He's on the ball. He's fixing stuff. He's like he leaves me alone. He's polite. Seems to follow Christian ethics. Doesn't even swear, and he turns out to be the fucking devil himself. I mean, what the fuck? Um, what do we got here? 40 minutes. yeah, I don't know what's gonna calm me down. I don't want to just do what the guy did, do it upstairs and take another volume. But if I got to, I got to. Um, I have plenty, just because I'm a teetotaler. I have this many, which is more than it looks like. This is like 25 off of an old prescription, and this is a new prescription I got filled like, I don't know, the 28th was today. This is like, whoops, like 10 or 11 or 12 days ago. So I had plenty of that crap. I just wanted, like I said, I wanted to keep a good jumping off point. But I also want to sleep, you know. I want to be calm. I don't want to be in a state of mind like I am now. I mean, the stuff is for anxiety, and yeah, I got a guy threatening people in the hallway, and you don't know this guy, and I can't tell you about this guy. Uh, so, now me and him, like, we're buds. You're my hood, he says to me today, and other times, like, I love you when he's drunk and stuff like that. And it's like, look, we just had a couple of conversations. Like, you can't talk. You don't reason with a drunk person. You don't talk to drunk people. There's no sense in it. You know, you talk to them and it's for entertainment purposes, but you don't talk to them about serious emotional shit because you don't even know if they're gonna remember it the next day. I mean, I'm sure everybody's had the experience where the drunk guy is putting his arm around you and he's imparting some heavy shit to you, like I gotta confide this in you, and it's like, yeah, this is like the 100th time that you've confided this in me. He said, but you can't tell nobody about this, because this is just between you and me. And I'm like, yeah, this is like the 100th time I heard this. My brother was a real bad alcoholic. I know about alcoholism, and just like when he confided to me that he killed a guy in a different state, and that's why he came back up here. I'm like, oh shit, and then like I'm like, shit, I'm gonna feel bad about it, but I gotta tell somebody about this. So picked some. I picked the boat guy. I was like, yeah, he was telling me that about this incident, which I already talked about on here, I think. And he was like, oh yeah, you told me about that too. But he's telling me about that with like, this is just between you and me, and not the part where it's between you, me, and 14 other people that he's told. You know. Um, so yeah, setting boundaries with that kind of thing, and then you're dealing with PTSD guy that's shot. He can name off some weapons for you that he shot. Yeah, things just get more fun and more fun, but hey, more interesting for you. I'm not on here talking about boring stuff. I don't think. I mean, maybe it's boring. I don't know. But sometimes, like, I listen to myself and put my own self to sleep because I'm like talking about just mundane things. I like to talk about serious things, but I really like just like a nice boring existence is what I need. A nice boring existence. I like talking about serious things like the big questions about life, about death, about how people should act, about morality, about a man's word, and like I like talking about that instead of the best way to put on my makeup or you know sports the for an hour or whatever. I just that's just the way I'm built. I don't even know where I was going with that. I need to get off here because it's not going to calm me down. I'm in another jackpot, and it just got worse, and it's just going to get worse. And yeah, let's just say that prison changes a man, war changes a man too. This guy been to war, and he been to jail. So what am I gonna do? How do I play this? You know, fuck. I don't know. He was just in jail like what was that, like 2 weeks ago, for 10 days. I forget why. Uh, I thought it was for possession, but it was for something else. He said it wasn't for that. He said they didn't care about that because he was blazing in public. They picked him up and he's like, yeah, yeah, warrant, 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 whatever. Like, put his hands behind his back. Um, Jesus Christ, what a mess. Yeah. Anyways, what can you do? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I, I don't know. I almost biffed it today. Like, screwed up, I should say. Biffed is just a weird word that they used to use for like skateboarders use, I think, when they fall. But I was like, they, what's your long term goals? My case manager asked me. This is after I told her I wanted a motorized scooter. And I was like, well, I'd like to be able to walk again, like just walk around. And I pointed around like the neighborhood. And she said, you mean walk short distances? Because you're getting that scooter, right? And I'm like, yeah, well, I'd like to take out my own garbage and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's the last thing I need. And then to top matters off, here in Derry, Maine, we got 90s, like, and with humidity and thunderstorms, like in the next week. I got an air conditioner that's on its last legs. That the buttons don't work on it anymore. I have to use the remote. Yeah, you can't push the buttons. Actually, don't have a button. It's just like a hole that you poke into, and it's like so yeah. So wow, yeah. Quitting benzodiazepines under the best circumstances I hear is difficult. These circumstances that I got, I don't consider them ideal. Okay, they ask you things like when they go through your evaluation, you got your insurance manager lady, and she's asking you, do you feel like you live in a safe environment? I'm like, she's like, I can answer that one. No. So I was telling her some of that stuff, and this might be interesting. Way to close this out is, according to her, it is not the tenant's responsibility at all to take care of the bed bugs. If you get bed bugs, see, he told me that was my responsibility because I brought him in here. He was like, usually that's the tenant's responsibility because I can't control who you bring in and out of your apartment, which sounds reasonable. But according to this lady, she's like, no, that's the landlord's responsibility. And in a building this size, especially, they have to treat every room. Now, he paid, I wasn't going to pay for it. He paid to treat, I called his bluff on it. He paid to treat my bed bugs. But he got the lady upstairs. The lady upstairs, she paid to treat hers. So, according to my case manager, he stole $185 off of this woman on Stark Metropolitan Housing. So that will be my closing note because there's gonna no calming down for me tonight. I don't have a clock in here to even know what time it is, but my voice is getting froggy anyway from smoking 2 cigarettes. I need to drink some chamomile tea and think pacifying thoughts and try to be on the lookout for clowns with fangs. Maybe that book, like, that just fell, that book that's like right behind me right there that just fell for no reason. Maybe this fucking place is haunted. And that's why, there's some kind of, maybe I got a poltergeezer, like an old one, a poltergeezer that's in here. And yeah, that's why he's like just kind of lazy and just knocks over stuff randomly because, he's old. He don't have the vim and vigor of his youth from when he was a poltergeist, so he's a poltergeezer. I think I killed my joke there, didn't I? Yeah, I think I stepped all over my own joke about a poltergeezer. But, yeah, maybe this place is haunted. How spooky. Now, how I'm going to sleep with that thought in my mind. I don't even know that stuff, man. I'm about the least superstitious person you'll ever meet. Ah, shit, I'm a long way away from when we were kids and we used to spit on the bait when we'd fish for good luck. Throw it out there. Which they did scientific tests later on and said that the spit, human saliva, uh, as opposed non-tobacco-y, is actually attractive to fish. So it was actually good luck to spit on your bait if you were bait fishing and not using a lure. So, like, I'm a long away from spitting on my bait for good luck. And there's no poltergeezers around here or poltergeists or polter teenagers or anything like that. Uh, it's, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know why things have been like this. I know that I know why. Same name that I always bring up. I know why things are like this. I know why the book fell off the pink book in the background fell off the wall that one day, and it's because Stampy was doing her thing. You know, I don't get spooked. I don't get like I've lived alone for so many years. The only thing I'm afraid of is people. People in my own. I guess I count as people, right? People in my own body. My own body terrifies the fuck out of me worse than other people. But yeah, that's the only thing I worry about is other people and what they're capable of and the things that I hear. And like the fact that um, you got family that just, it's, I was like take the side of a person that sprays poison on you could make themselves $100 and make you $900 off of a boat that you bought more or less so you go fishing together, and then spoil that sale for you, and then like completely unapologetic about the whole thing. Well, I just didn't know, you know. I mean, I don't know. I'm all over the place, but I don't know how I'm going to get through this night. I don't know because, yeah, Benzo, shut up, stomach. I don't want to hear from you. I'm very hungry. I don't have any appetite. But yeah, benzodiazepines will work on your mind, and so this just more stuff to work on my mind. It's just more ammo. Just another banana clip in the AK-47 of anxiety that is benzo induced. Uh, Good God, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was getting into, and you probably didn't know what you was getting into when I was just like started making these videos. I was like, I had no idea. I still thought Gerald was a good guy. I did not see the avalanche coming down the mountain toward me. I did not see like all these things that were going to happen. coming toward me. You know, um, I I don't know what to say except for goodbye, and I hope this was interesting. And I'm not even gonna get up and make a cup of tea. I'm just gonna lay here. I don't even have the energy or the ambition to get up and make a cup of tea. So I'm going to just drink some water and pop another volume. That'll be four for today. Four. I'm supposed to take three a day, and I can't. I can. I think I can watch the All Star game, which I hate the All Star game anyway. It's not a real baseball game. I can watch the All Star game, and maybe it'll bore the shit out of me, and then I can go to sleep. I like regular baseball games that actually mean something. And so, anyways, I hope your luck is like 1,000 to the 1,000th power better than mine, and may no Portuguesers ever plague you. Goodbye.